Hello, good people. It's time for an episode of Creatively Shaded, your destination for all things Bay Area theater and beyond, honey, where the dish is served and the tea is hot. So let's join our hosts, Bay Area Black artists,
Elizabeth Jones,
Sean J. West,
Phaedra Tillery Boughton.
Come peek behind the curtain.
What up? We're back.
Hi.
I'm back.
Oh yeah, we missed you.
SirDiva's back.
SirDiva's back. We had a guest, and we had a guest host last
Yes, we did.
episode, and now we have another guest host. We're so excited to talk to you about.
Who is this?
Welcome back, Sean J.
Thank you.
Yes, we
you.
miss you so much.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be booked and busy as well,
Yes,
right? Like,
yes. This is very, very, very true.
and so you've closed your show,
My
which
show,
was Sweat,
which was
yeah,
Sweat.
okay.
Shout out to players.
Yes. And then, of course, we have the illustrious queen of the Bay, the one and only Margo Hall.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here with you all. I love y'all so much.
I love you too.
I am just like, finally, I got here.
Yes.
The crazy lady schedule.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, so good to
Crazy
see
busy,
you.
which is good.
Which is
That's
good.
right.
We all trying to be like the Margo,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Booked
Yeah.
and busy.
Welcome to Creatively Shaded, a Black artist's point of view on Bay Area theater.
Mhm.
So we've been busy. We've clearly y'all missed us and we missed you. But we've been out in these theater streets, not only working, but we've gone to see shows and support our community. Speaking of sweats,
So I didn't see Sweat.
unfortunately, that was the plan. Though we was gonna go see Sweat together.
Exactly.
But what had
So
happened was
What had happened was, so Sweat opened at the Palo Alto Players. I was the director, and I had to release an actor, so I had to step into the show.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Oh, man.
You missed it.
So-
Sean J, cut up.
I wasn't able to. I did see the show because there were a couple of times I would observe in the back, but I had to at some point check out because I kept giving notes in my head. So, but no, it was So Sweat is basically about a group of friends who have spent their lives sharing drinks, secrets, and laughs while working together on the factory floor in industrial Pennsylvania. When layoffs and picket lines begin to chip away at their trust, the friends are pitted against each other in a heart-wrenching fight to stay afloat. And it featured Kimberly Ridgway and Adam Torian, and I'm going to mess up his name. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to mess it up. So he
Sean
played
J West.
And Sean J. West.
Sean J. West, but the guy who played Brucey, I will have to say this was one of my best experiences thus far. I didn't feel, as I was directing it, I didn't feel like I was doubting myself in any shape, form, or fashion. I didn't feel like I had to fight for anything. It was like they were totally like, whatever you want. The set design, Kevin, oh, bless it, was great. And the whole experience was a wonderful experience. It was sort of like I told a story.
Good.
The actors all came together to really tell that story without, too much fluff and stuff. So it was really, I was very, very one of my proudest.
Well, we were proud of you.
Very proud.
I got to come see it.
Preview
night. And Sean J, me and Sean J, I was riding. I called Sean J, come on, we're going to go watch your preview together. That's what I thought, right? So I go and I pick up Sean J, and I'm like, we're sitting, and Sean J's getting ready, but I'm like, there's a buzz in Sean J. And I'm just talking, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? But I also keep hearing like these voices over the speaker. It's not music. It's like people talking. And I go, Sean J, what the hell is you listening to? And he was like, my lines, I'm going on. I was like, oh, Lord. So I thought I was picking up Sean J for us to kiki and kaka in the audience. And I was surprised when I found out my friend was going to be on stage, but I want to say it was an honor to watch you, not only be able to watch your cast and what you did with the cast, but also to watch you inside of your craft. And also, I love to see, and this may be the wrong, I don't care what nobody got to say, this is our show. I love to see a queer male play straight men, and also, and the lines don't feel blurred. And that it doesn't need to always be about the queer story all the time that you're on stage, that you can just tell the story without having to bring that in it. So it was great to see your craft. and watch you do that. So congratulations, friend. And Bruce's name is Anthony.
Anthony, yes.
His name is Anthony Haynes. Hey, Anthony,
Haynes.
we love you.
Anthony Haynes.
All right, I also had a chance to see Shanjay. The first time I wasn't feeling well, but luckily Palo Alto players were so gracious. They squeezed me in. And I was so happy to see you up there. And I got one question for you. How does it feel to direct yourself?
I do not recommend it. I've always said I would never do it. And in reality, I didn't get to direct myself. I replaced this actor the week before we started tech. So I got no rehearsal. So 2 days before we started tech, I let them go. So cue to cue, tech. So I didn't have the opportunity to really rehearse or direct myself. So I think if I would never direct myself. I don't recommend it. I know some people do it. For me, I need to be able to see the big picture, and I can't see the picture if I'm on stage.
Right, wow. So I started that question being a little bit facetious, but dang, like you threw it down. Like, wow.
No, it was really good. It was really, really good.
Really, really good.
Very strong characters.
Yes.
Very proud
really
of
enjoyed the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can we move on?
We can. We also got the chance to attend the stage reading of Sister Friend, my own play that I am writing. And it was directed by the illustrious Queen Margo Hall. What an honor. What an honor. Sister Friend was presented by Zacco Dance Theater through the Black Future Artist in Residence Fellowship. So I was in residency with them for a year. I partnered with Dawn Troop. We met weekly, bi-weekly, sometimes a couple times a week to discuss where I was with my writing. She would ask me questions, give me advice, read through. We would read my script out loud together. And then I was able to give that to Margo. Margo gave me some edits and girl, cut this out, move this over here. Why you did that? Well, you said that, I read it. And I got to be held by some of the two of the most inspiring Black women I've had my experience in my craft, like being able to have both of them hands on my work. And say, girl, this ain't it, or yes, this is it, and just kind of like hold me. That was a beautiful experience. And then to also be able to take that and hold other Black women and other Black artists, having the Liz reading stage directions who brought the house down exactly the way I wanted to hear them read.
Wow, thank you.
We had Asia Jackson shutting it down for Portia, which is my own character, which is hard to give away and see somebody play myself. And then there was Jasmine Williams and Brittany Frazier, and it just really came together. I think it was a really beautiful event, and I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the community showed up and showed out.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, it was a really beautiful event.
Yeah, it was people from all walks of my theater life and then my family. So people who have been in my very first show to the entire Fat Ham cast showing up. So that was like really, really dope. Yeah. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, it was really wonderful to see how everyone, the community, came out to support you. And it was also incredible to be a part of your work. I felt privileged when you asked me. I was like, oh, little on me. So, Margo, what was it like working with Phaedra?
Oh, it's a dream. I mean, Phaedra is such an open spirit. And what I mean by that is she understands that if you bring her something with love, she will accept it. And she's such a hard worker. I know you're sitting right here, but it's like Phaedra was constantly writing and constantly giving herself deadlines. And I remember when we first started working together, she was like, I need deadlines. You have to give me deadlines because it gets, and I'm like, oh, just feel it and go with the creativity. She's like, girl, give me a deadline. And so I was like, okay, we need it by this date. And so, but just in general, I've had a wonderful experience. I mean, I've been working with Phaedra for the last few years.
Yeah.
And once we kind of clicked together, that was it.
That was it.
We were like stuck together.
Yeah.
So Black Feminist Guide, to Sister Friend, to Fat Ham. And, it's wonderful when you find an artist that you trust and that you know that they trust you and that they're going to listen to you and trust that you want them to shine. So it's been
Oh,
a pleasure.
thank you. What a dream, y'all. Sean J can attest. I remember being, when we first started Creatively Shaded, being like, man, I just want Margo Hall to see me. I want to, and now we friends. That's my
Girl,
friend.
you manifested that. You manifested
Look at
that.
God.
Look at him. Look at
Come
him.
on. And then where we went, y'all?
We went to see co-founders.
Co-founders of world premiere musical.
Bay Area, stand up.
It was by Ryan Nicole Austin, Bo Lewis, and Adisha Defila at American Conservatory Theater, featuring Angel Adudokun, Adisha Adefila, Ryan Nicole Austin, Jordan Covington, Anissa Folds, Tommy Solati Shepard, understudies Austin D. Ashford, Rolanda D. Bell, and B. DeVoe. Costume design, Jasmine Milan Williams, and lighting design, Xavier Pierce. Whew, yes, all of them black people.
It was a sight to behold.
All right, so let me give you the quick rundown of what the show's about. So it's the story of an underrated young Oakland coder, Isada, who hacks her way into the most competitive startup accelerator in San Francisco. She's determined to save her house as an influx of wealth threatens to push her community out. Isada forms an unlikely partnership while trying to win Silicon Valley's game without leaving her community behind. So let's get all the way into it.
Yo.
Oh.
I saw it 3 times.
I saw it twice.
I saw it once.
Yeah.
Because I was in the show. So yeah.
I just want to say this first. When that Bart swiped across the scene the first time, I lost my shit. I lost it. When I saw the Bart in this, so they have projection screens in the front and the back of the stage, meaning you literally, there is a fourth wall to this set. And the front projector screen had a Bart that literally went across the entire stage. Seeing that projected, and I hate tech in theater. That's where I'm at. I know.
I don't think you hate it.
Well,
You
maybe I don't hate it, but
Yeah.
I'm still finding a way to
Right.
love it because I love the storytelling idea. I love us pretending and making the audience like imagine and like really getting, nitty gritty. And when you have like boxes and blocks and you're like telling, I love that part of it, right? But seeing co-founders opened my eyes to being like, oh, that could be cool. Like they could do some really cool stuff. So the Bart sliding through was the Bay Area stand-up. I lost it right there, and I was ready for the ride that they took me on. Now, I will say, the second time I saw it, I liked it better. And I say that because the first time we saw it was a preview. And they were still getting the
invited dress.
Invited dress. So they were still like working on the script. It was longer. It's long, baby. Whoa, Lord. It's still long, amen.
But they cut
some stuff out. So the second time I saw it, I was blown away and rejoiced at the end and couldn't help but dance out of my way out of the theater. Yes. And that gives a big thanks to Ryan for pushing and making her dreams come true. Yes. But also, I'm just going to say, special kudos. I don't know what I'm going to give. Maybe we were talking about this. Ding dong. Whatever I'm going to give. Whatever sound this is, I still haven't come up with it yet, y'all. But Angel Adudokun.
Yes.
Oh, my word.
My baby.
What you were able to do with that script on that day, at that time, was magic.
So beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
She was amazing.
Storytelling at its finest, singing theater storytelling.
Yes.
Because that's also a thing, right? Like you can sing the house down all day long.
Yeah.
Sorry. You can sing, but if you can't act and sing, then the story falls flat when it's time for you to act. And she was able to meld those worlds so beautifully together. And I'm a hush because I'll talk about this show all day long. Y'all share.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. So yes, I did say 3 times.
Yeah,
I did. The second time that I saw it, I was able to take my daughter, and I was pleasantly surprised to find out that they had cut that thing down. And I said, thank you. Right. They did have one little slip up where they had to come out and hold the show for like 5 minutes because they had a technical difficulty, but it wasn't a big deal. The producer came out and announced that they have 700 cues in that show alone.
I think I was there. That was the same night when they had to hold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know you
But even I heard y'all hold was an experience. Y'all had like a rap battle and like it went down.
It was fun.
Like it was even still, the hold was still fun.
Yeah, they kept it alive.
And that's what I love about when a theater is engaged in the story that when you walk in the space, the entire time that you're there to you end, you're in that world.
Yeah.
So that they end up going to rap battles. They pivoted and like you were able to really be immersed in the story. It was like, that's cool. That's cool.
And one thing that I also want to say is that, like Phaedra was saying earlier, is that hats off to the actress who took on the role from the beginning until a certain date. Incredible talent, incredible voice. Period. When Angel dropped into that role, I was like, there was a shift. There was a shift. There was an energy that was transported to everyone in the company. I could sense it. And there was this sweet innocence, eagerness. I was like, this is not Angel, this is Isada. She dropped into it so well. I closed my eyes. I was just enraptured. It wasn't as if I had seen it 3 times already. It was like the first time for me. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow. Phaedra and I at the intermission, we couldn't stop talking about it. We were just, oh my goodness. And that Ryan Nicole.
Right. She was on every time I saw the
seen
show.
her 3 times and 3 times consistent. She is a professional. She, no matter what was going on, she had to,
Jordan too.
Jordan
on
everybody.
every time, just on, and that is what we like to see. But what is even better is that was Bay Area.
Exactly.
Angel she's replanted here, but she's been here for a while, right? And so I think that what we felt was the Bay Area magic click once Angel dropped into, and again, no shade to the young lady who was here before, but I just have to say, we talk about it all the time.
We do.
ACT, Berkeley rep, hire here. I promise you, if you give us the opportunity, again, auditions may not be what you need to see, but if you let us do the work, we can show up and show out.
Direct the work.
Come on and say it, Margo.
Yes, please.
Please.
Allow us in these spaces because we are great storytellers and you have the artistry that you need right here at home.
Yes, homegrown.
Right here at home.
Say it.
So
Let's
I'm
talk
just
about
proud
it.
of our community and proud of Ryan and the entire team at Co-Founders. We can't wait to see what you do next. We will be watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any additional thoughts about Co-Founders?
I'll just say yes, I loved it. I'm a big fan of Angels, and I was so excited to see her. And I've known Ryan forever. Ryan, the very first play she ever did, we were in it together for Campo Santo, Hamlet, Blood in the Brain. And then her very first leading role was in a play called The Story at SF Playhouse. And I directed Ryan. And that was her first lead. And so I've just seen her career. And, you talking about a hard worker? That girl, she hustles. And she's got 2 kids and a husband. And is just, full of ideas. She's so articulate and just so, just an amazing young woman who goes after whatever she says she's going to do, she goes after it. And so the Co-Founders thing, I've been hearing about it. She was writing it when we were doing In the Evening by the Moonlight at Lorraine Hansberry Theater. So I was reading drafts and this whole thing. So I'm just so excited. And I keep saying to her, I hope you take a minute and realize what you've done. Because she's like in it. She's so in it. Yeah.
I
We
saw
had that
closing night. I
conversation.
saw closing night, and she said, I can't receive it just yet. And I just pulled her aside and said, take a moment in this moment.
Yes.
To actually,
Inside of it.
To be inside of it, because you don't, not every day do you get to have something that you create. Go on stage, be presented, and be received.
Yes.
Like it was amazing. Like I just sat there in total awe and like, we did that shit.
Yeah.
It's like
That felt like for us.
It's like it was just. It was. I made myself go see it because I was in a production, so I couldn't see it.
Right.
So I went and got rush tickets.
Rush tickets,
we
did
did time. I had to get rush tickets.
Because I was like, I have to see it, and I'm so glad I waited in that line and got to see this beautiful story unfold by people of color, Black people in the Bay,
A Black woman.
On that stage,
on
too,
that stage,
ACT,
like,
yeah.
telling stories,
Yes.
and it was just, I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing it. Keep it on.
Yeah.
So it was just, I felt honored.
And it was sold out. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt
It
honored.
was sold out. All right, moving on.
All right, so
Phaedra.
here's the deal. We're not gonna just ignore the fact that we have royalty amongst us. So, we believe in giving folks their flowers while they're still here. So I want to tell you a little bit about Margo. So I went and looked it up, and I'm gonna just read it, okay, friends? Okay. Who is Margo Hall? Why do we sing her praises?
Who is she?
Let me give you a little bit of what had happened was. So Margo Hall is an award-winning Bay Area actor, director, playwright, and educator with over 30 years of experience in theater. She's also the artistic 35, she said. Let me get it right now. She is also the artistic director of the Lorraine Hansberry Theater. Margo Hall is also known for her works with theater companies such as California Shakespeare, American ACT, Marin Theater Company. She is a founding member of Campo Santo, a multicultural theater in San Francisco. And additionally, she teaches at UC Berkeley and do you still teach at Chabot?
No, not anymore, but I taught at Chabot for over 25 years.
Been there and done that. Okay, I'm not finished. Margo Hall recently accomplishments include being named the first female artistic director of the Lorraine Hansberry Theater. She was also recognized with the Jerry Fieldman Lifetime Achievement Award from the San Francisco Bay Area Theater Critics Circle in 2018. Her film credits, we not finished, boo. Her film credits include roles in Blind Spotting with Davy Diggs, the Netflix films All Day and a Night, and Pixar's Soul. I didn't know you was in Soul, Margo.
yes. Y'all didn't know that?
And I watched Soul. I'm about to go watch
You
it
can
again.
hear it.
I'm
You
the
could-
little Melba, the lady who kisses Jamie Foxx.
Yes.
Shut up.
I gotta go watch
Child,
that
Yeah.
You better read. Come on, I ain't finished. Hall is passionate about fostering Black artists and creating more spaces for diverse voices in theater. She aims to use her position at the Lorraine Hansberry Theater to support emerging theater artists, particularly Black, female, and non-binary playwrights. Speaking of which, I have been awarded this year with the Lorraine Hansberry Theater for my show. So I'll be also continuing working with Margo Hall. So she is one of the queens of the Bay Area and beyond. And this is why we also love Margo. If you've ever paid attention to our opening credits, she has done our opening credits, honey. She will show up for her community.
Yes.
You never have to hesitate reaching out to Margo. I was afraid to reach her. And she was like, girl, come here. She is very personable. Not only does she love our own community, she touches over and beyond our Black community. She connects us to folks that we haven't been able to be tangible with. She's already has those connections. So we're thankful, extremely thankful for you and what you do for our community.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love what I do.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Because you've been doing the Bay Area theater for 35 years, what do you see for... And I don't want to say this and be offensive. I want to make sure I'm saying this appropriately. But for those that are coming up behind you, do you see what you started? Is it continuing it? Have you seen it lapse? Do you see it growing? Where do you see the Bay Area and the Black community as a whole today, like right now? Is that
Yeah, no, I get it. I think right now, I feel like we have an amazing group of artists that have dedicated themselves to the Bay, made choices to be here, right? And once you make that choice, then you're here, your foot's in it, and you're trying to be involved in every way you can. I mean, I've had so many mentors over my life, and some of them have gone on to be superstars, and some of them are stars just wherever they are. And so, yeah, I almost every show I go to, I have some kind of connection with that person's career. And the older I get, the more that happens. But yeah, so it's a blessing to see where we are right now. Now, as far as the theater community itself, I mean, look at all the things that have come out of just you all starting this podcast. I mean, the idea that you're representing the Bay Area and that exposure. I think that I see a lot of young folks trying new things. I see a lot of folks coming to me and saying, I really want to stay here. What can I do? And so it's about us creating spaces for you all so that you have somewhere to do your work. And that's what breaks my heart about Lorraine Hansberry Theater not having the funding that it needs, because it is such an opportunity within that company to change people's lives, to start people's careers. I mean, and to expand people's careers who are already doing the work. And I just know with the New Black Voices mentorship program, I really wish it was like millions of dollars, because there are so many Phaedras out there who want an opportunity to write a piece and get mentorship by another Black female artist who's in the business already, who can say, watch out for this, do this, and just getting those connections. And so I think there's a lot of potential that we have within our community. We have the Ryan Nicoles, we have Jordan, we have Shanjay, we have you, we have Liz. We have all of these folks that are just like eager and ready, but they need a space to do the work.
Yeah.
You know, people say, oh, we can do it in a cardboard box. Great. That's fine. But you need some lights on you.
Right.
You need people to show up and see your work. And it's I think we have some amazing Black and just people of color as in our production
behind the scenes,
behind the scenes
work.
And that's also exciting for me to say, come in this space. First time you're doing lights, that's okay. We'll get a mentor for you.
Right.
That person will come in and work with you. But you got to try it, and you might fail, and it might be fantastic. But that's what we're here for.
We need a space to be able to
you
do
know,
it.
You need a space where you can make mistakes and then soar. And so, and I don't know if this pertains to the question that you were asking me or if that's going to be another question.
So that segues into
Right.
which is great. Thank you for that little stitching. Because with not only within the Bay Area community, but theater in general, the arts at large, we are being kind of threatened by the current
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna sip on that one.
administration and the cuts that they're doing to, you know, the National Endowment for the Arts and that kind of stuff. How do we not only survive, but thrive in that environment? How do we support one another? How do we find opportunities that are going to not only keep us grounded, but keep us here? Because like so many theaters are on the verge or have closed, like Hal Shake's closed. Aurora Theater is on the verge of closing. How do, and we've talked about this in other episodes, like I'm going off the rails, y'all. What I love about what Sean San Jose did by bringing you all uniting with magic, right, in that space, is like, why don't more companies do that? Like, it's that, is it rep? Not rep. It's having the one community under a roof. Like, there's Magic Theater, Campo Santo, and Lorraine Hansberry, right?
And Crowded Fire sometimes.
And Crowded Fire.
And Beco sometimes.
Right. So why? How can we do more of that? That's one question. Why aren't we doing more of that? And what is the hesitancy of doing those things? I've got so many questions, girl.
No.
Because we cannot survive on our own. Like, we actually do need each other to find ways in which we support the work, the craft, and that's kind of my thing. It's also the craft sometimes is getting lost in people's desperation, or people hustling, or people just not caring about the craft. So that's a lot.
That's what we are. That's what we are. With it.
And and I think I was thinking a lot about this. I actually got a call from a newspaper asking me the same thing, and I'm like, we keep asking this question, you know, and then people always ask me, which is great. I think that's great, because and I told Sean Jay, I was like, we could talk about it. I don't know if I have the answer.
Right.
But then I was thinking about it today, and I said, you know what? I think first we need to shift the narrative, and we need to say we have everything we need.
Yeah, we do.
And we need to think about it. And for me personally, I'm going to stop saying, oh, theater's hard. Oh, we ain't got no money. Oh, and I said, how can I shift that narrative to begin to think creatively and not in that space?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things that keeps coming to me is community, radical funding, and mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
And I think these three key things. First of all, we have to figure out radical funding measures, like going back, grassroots, rent parties.
Yeah.
I mean, old school, come out and support. And that is community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the, and I'm going, don't say hard.
Challenges.
One of the challenges is you're getting money from San Francisco, right? The funding. So everything you do has to be in San Francisco.
Right.
But there are no Black people in San Francisco.
Because we can't afford to live there.
So it's like, I want to press community, but it's not a lot of community there.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we take the work to the community so that when we do the big thing at the Magic,
They know
they
where it's
get
at,
in their
yeah.
car and
And
they
drive
come.
to it.
So you do a reading at the Oakland at the Oakland Library. You do a reading at MOAD in San Francisco Museum of the African Diaspora. You do, you take the work to the community, get them excited about the work, and then say, well, this is the space.
Right.
And try to get them to that space.
Right.
Give them incentives to come to that space. And then radical, like I said, radical funding. These grants are going to continue to get cut. They're going to continue to be people in our government who are not fans of the arts because we tell the truth.
Right.
And so it's always going to be a constant attack on the truth, right? No matter how you look at it, no matter who's in charge. And so we have to figure out amongst us, let's find the people who have given $100 and say, can you give 200?
Right.
Let's go out and get those donor lists and call people. Come have lunch with us. Invite them on the darn Creatively Shaded.
You right.
When did you start funding the arts?
Oh, that is a
You
good
know?
conversation. That's funny because that's what we, and I mean, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but here's a little insider. We literally, because I do producing for SF Backhoe, they was like, okay, Phaedra, your next job is to get the co-founders donor list, and you need to go through that and like pull names and pull information because we need to figure out how are we going to get this funded? Where do they get all that money? How do they get all the money? And then how do we say, hey, we're arts too? Like, how do we continue to have these money? These people are putting in hundreds and thousands of dollars. Hey, can I get 20? Can I get 10?
Right.
How do I start to just even have the conversation? because there's also a whole, did you know there's a database of how people donate?
Yeah.
Like you can look up and see how people donate their money, and you can be like, "Hey,
well, there's,
you donate a lot to the arts." It's like I didn't even know that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's we get tied to the grants, and now the grants are getting taken away. So it's forcing us to be more proactive. And that's where the partnership comes in. There are theater companies with major donors.
Yeah.
And then you have theater companies with a few donors. Like you're saying, why can't we all come together? And this is where the partnerships come in. This is where real community comes in. When you ask the SF Playhouses and you ask ACT and Berkeley Rep, can we have a dinner where you have all of these funders come and introduce all of the
them.
small theaters and say, this is what this theater is doing. This is what this theater is doing. Spread the wealth.
Oh, yes.
And that's hard because people are,
greedy.
They gatekeep so much of their funding.
But it's the black shows that's selling out your theaters while you playing.
But that's the thing that
Less
frustrates me is because they want us on their stage. But like the reality is your theater won't survive either if you do not begin partnering and brokering relationships with Black theaters and other theaters, because Berkeley Playhouse, Berkeley Rep. Berkeley Rep, yes, is synonymous for bringing in outside creators,
Actors,
right?
performers, yeah.
Imagine the money they would save by using local talent. And then also the network is now created between local talent and Berkeley Rep, right? So
Yes,
now
yes.
you are now actually pulling from the community.
That's
But we
the
also have to get
mentorship.
we also have to get the Bay Area to not think that they need a name from New York in order to see good work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
what,
another
you
thing.
know.
It's like getting our Bay Area patrons that are spending their money. You don't have to go to New York and think that that's the best you can see.
Right.
And that when they come
can't
here,
afford New
I'm going to
York.
spend you money. No, you literally have folks, actors right here
Yes.
that are
Yeah.
a lot of the shows that you love that are in New York started here with a Bay Area actor putting their name and their energy into the characters. So why not start
Yeah.
and produce
Eureka
the
Day
show?
started
Like,
at Aurora Theater, just won a Tony.
Mm-hmm.
And none of those actors were on that stage
that started it.
in New York. And okay, I get that, things change. But at the same time, though, that started here.
Here.
Yes.
And that's who deserves to be in it, because you created that on those bodies, those Bay Area bodies. That's how you got your story told. So why wouldn't you use that to continue to move your story? And so I'm just just excited about the Bay Area actors.
Because that's an opportunity to promote and invest
Invest.
in the Bay Area
Yes,
talent
yes.
because it ends up on Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So invest in Bay Area talent and in Bay Area companies so that it can end up in New York.
front and behind
However,
the scenes.
It doesn't need to go to New York.
I know.
It should be here so that
And
everyone
it's
enjoys.
it's a sad thing that a Tony-winning play came from a theater that's possibly going to close.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
How?
how do you
How?
how does that work?
Yeah. How does
How?
How do you not shine a spotlight on that
Theater and say, whoa,
where
this
that
is where
came
this
from?
came from.
Mm-hmm.
We got to save it.
The producer should have been in the audience at the Tonys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's radical community.
Yeah.
Right.
And that has had nothing to do with what color you are, where you
No.
come from. It's like you say, you only gonna survive so long. Cal Shakes closed.
Right.
Okay?
Right. They didn't even have no walls.
A mammoth theater company.
Man.
I remember when Cal Shakes had a horse in the play. Richard said, "My kingdom for a horse," and a horse came trotting out there. And that little
Yep, the
cir-
lip of
there
the-
was
yep.
a horse. And I said, and they're closed.
Well, you came in on a whole call.
You did. I remember
You
that.
came
I
in on a
did.
whole call.
You
Yes,
did.
I was in a car.
Yeah.
You rolled in on a call, okay? So, yeah, Cal
Black
Shakes was
Odyssey.
a whole,
Black
what was it, a
Odyssey.
Cadillac?
Yeah.
It was.
It was a
There was
whole,
a whole Cadillac on the
yes,
stage.
came in.
So that makes me wonder, like, so what happened?
Well, I'll tell you this. And this is something that came up in a dinner I attended, which you all may have heard about, maybe. But a major former board member of Cal Shakes said that they didn't understand why Cal Shakes was shifting its focus away from Shakespeare. And if only they had continued to focus on Shakespeare,
wouldn't have
this
taken
would
any
have
money.
never happened.
Wow.
And at that same dinner,
Mm-hmm.
I stood up and I said, well, that's unfortunate. And I'm sad to hear you say that, because they also said that's when I pulled out of funding.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, because I got my wings at Cal Shakes.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and if it wasn't for radical thinking from Jonathan Moscone and saying, I want to change the game and I want to bring in more diverse voices, And so we did Spunk. That was the very first Black play ever done at Cal Shakes, first of all, in 35 years. And the very first Black director in 35 years. And she was a female, Patricia McGregor. And those people loved that show. But the donors started getting nervous because their precious commodity was becoming colorful.
Oh.
And while we thought we're changing the world and totally that this was DEI before anyone talked about DEI. Cal Shakes was the first on the road to incorporating it in their whole staff.
Right.
I mean, then we did Raisin in the Sun at Cal Shakes. All right. And then we continued to include not just Black, but this most amazing young Indian playwright, I can't remember her name, did this fantastic piece of warriors and fighting. And then we had all kinds of different voices and Latinx voices and all of this stuff while the funders were pulling out. And unfortunately, I'm not saying that's the whole reason, but when I sat there and heard that donor say that, I said, that's so unfortunate because almost all of these people of color sitting at this dinner right now, they were at Cal Shakes at some point. And it breaks my heart that you think that is why they failed. And so it was a big deal. And so it is one of those things where you don't want to believe that, but it's like, why aren't people ready for us?
Well, here's the deal. And hearing you say that and thinking about the funding and dollars, the Black dollar is a very powerful dollar.
It is.
And I think that we don't tap into it enough. So again, I encourage you, what we do every time you watch this, go see Black art, go support Black art, go whenever there's a show, whether you like who's in it or not, go see it because our money is making a difference and it's going to be what changes theater going forward because we see certain donors are pulling out of where we are showing up at. So where we're showing up, we need you to show up too.
Right.
And meet us where we at.
And I also think, we as company, like for Lorraine Hansberry Theater, help us get a development person because that's the person who follows up on all the donations. When you have a little tiny staff,
right?
You're trying to call people and say, hey, you gave some money. Would you be interested? But you need folks turning those wheels. We're trying to run everything for people.
Just to keep the theater company alive
itself. And so if you can't donate or give your donors, it's like, tell your development person to come hang out with them and we'll pay you to hang out with them for 2 months.
Right.
And just get their whole development, train moving. There are other ways you can help and donate.
Yeah. It sometimes is your time.
But I want to say, y'all, we're going to be all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got this.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's going to be rough.
Absolutely.
But
it's going to be all right.
We done been through it before with him.
So
we just going to have to hold
with
our
them.
horses now. Hold your horse now.
Hold your horse.
You might not have a horse on stage, but hold it.
That's right. Well, we can make a little horse,
Wow, thank you so much for that, Margo. That was, I hope y'all was taking notes, doing something.
So
Run it
much
back if you need
information.
to.
Why she's the queen right here.
All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a mini segment. It's called How the Divas Are Keeping Their Creative Cups in the Overflow.
Okay.
Amen.
Okay.
So we know what the state of the world is. We don't have to go into it. But one of the things that I thought it was necessary for us to do was to share what we are individually doing and collectively doing to make sure that our creative cups are filled. Yeah. So how are you keeping your creative cup filled when all of this conversation is in your ear? All of this stuff that you're seeing, on the media, social media, newspapers, all those things. How are you keeping your creative cup filled? And I guess I'll start.
All right, come on.
One way that I'm keeping my creative cup filled is I'm getting out in the streets.
Yeah.
Not only in the theater streets, I'm in the museum streets.
Yeah.
I'm at the library. I'm at the bookstore, particularly Marcus Books. I'm also going to go see a concert. Just little things that I'm doing to make sure that I am feeding myself creatively. So artists don't just pull from one thing. We pull from our lives. So whenever I put that phone down, okay?
Yeah.
I put the phone down and I seek out experiences that I know that are going to enrich me so that I can pour back into myself, pour back out into my craft.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm particularly doing.
Oh, I could talk. I joined church. I'm not a churchy. Well, I was raised churchy, but my queer life has separated me from the love of God. No, not like that. But
Not from the
no,
love
it
of
was
God.
jokes. It was jokes. It's not funny. I'm sorry. Okay, so no, but being queer, it definitely made me like stand off from the church. But I found a place that I feel loved and welcome. So I've been attending that, and I went to they've been going to the events that they've been putting in the like news, like they're like church news. I'm like, okay, I'll go to that. So I've been doing those kind of things and like fellowshipping with other people in the Black community, which is also people that I can like bring to the theater and like trying to merge those worlds together. And then also like making time with friends, like, hey, come over, let's get in the hot tub. Hey, come over, let's just eat and hang out, and it not be about theater and it not be about work. I realized that I have made my hobby my career, and so I do need to find ways to tap out of that, and which is hard because I love it so much, and I literally do it till I go to sleep. So another thing is that I'm journaling, and that's also helping because then when it's time to go back and write, I could be like, "Ooh, how was I feeling on February 6th? Oh, she was pissed. I could go in this play."
Yes.
So journaling and talking about how I feel, because I actually really like going back and reading my journals to talk about where I was, whether it's in the world and what's going on, or basically what show I'm in and what I was feeling at that time, or if I auditioned and be like, "Ooh, that was a crappy audition." I can go back and be like, how did I feel? Because I got that show. You know what I mean? Like, so journaling is definitely helping me keep up with my like creative juices flowing and stuff, and just tapping out and tapping into relationships and friendships.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll go.
Go.
I first of all, I love teaching, and being around young people.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And not like little tinies. Now, that might give me a headache. But being around young folks and that energy and their excitement and they're still motivated and think they and they know they're gonna make it. They have dreams. And so I've just been really exploring spending time with folks who say, "Can I meet with you? Can we have coffee?" And I did this crazy thing last week. I did a little film with this kind of ragtag young group of filmmakers.
Okay.
They took a film class together, and then they were like, let's all get together and make this film. And I just happened to have met one of the young ladies named Natalia, who was involved with this film. And the film is called Dreadlock Holmes.
Oh.
And it's about the guy who's got the dreadlock, and he's a detective, and he twists his dread. And so I hung out with them because they were rehearsing, and they were just so funny, and it's all these young Black Oakland folks, and they got the dreads and the pants and wings and stuff.
Yeah, my kind of people.
They're like, so like, okay, get your lines, right? And they had their script and everything. And so then there was a part of the OG lady that gets her purse stolen, right? In front of the EBT.
I think I saw your video of you selling the purse with somebody.
So there, I was like, they were like, oh, and so some guy was reading. I said, let me read that part. You're not gonna hear it unless I read it. And so I just was playing and read it. And then they were like, oh my God, that was so amazing. Then they called me, they're like, can you be in the film? And I said, well, I'm in the union. And they were like, if we can figure it out, would you do a waiver? I said, yeah, I don't need no money from it. Right. So they figured it out. The producer,
come on, community.
Natalia, she was like, I contacted SAG, and all you have to do is sign this. Child, we were doing that little film in front of the EBT office.
Yeah.
And they had their craft table. And then one of my students from Chabot came. He had his little drone thing.
Oh,
and I was just
wow.
like, look at you, Kelly Kell. And it was just like that energy.
Oh my gosh.
And people with dreams and aspirations, and not people, not to say older people do this, but folks who are like, oh, I'm attacked. It's like, no, what we got? We're going to do this. And so that's what fills my
I
cup.
love that. That's so incredible.
That's awesome.
That is.
And I appreciate you for not, Margo, you never act like you're too big for things.
No.
And I appreciate that about you. You always stay very humble. And I know I do, and I can tell you about 5 other people that I know that like have you like way up here, like would be afraid to even ask you. Like, oh God, would she even tell? She would tell me no. Or like, no, oh my God. But to hear that you're like, no, I love to see the passion. I just appreciate that from you, and it inspires me to always be humble and to always make sure that we take care of our community, and that you do that on a daily basis. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
SirDiva?
So for me,
What you be doing?
what I be doing, so mine is a little challenging because I have a full-time day job.
Okay.
And so my theater is what feeds my spirit, my craft. So it enables me to show up at a 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 financially enables me to show up at my theater.
Oh, yeah.
But I would say, because I work at arts college, it is the young people. It is seeing them create and be energized about their artwork, be it painting, be it photography, printmaking, filmmaking. It's just sort of like, it's exciting to be in that. That is what feeds me, because I'm able to bring my artistic side to my job.
Yes.
And my job to my artistic side. So it keeps that nice balance. So I would say the doom and gloom, I'm not really, we as Black folks have been through so much worse. So I don't get too wrapped up in the true doom and gloom.
Yes.
I know that we have a part in it to make it better, and we will make it better. And also I know that we're going to get through it. So I don't sit in that. I go, okay, what can I do?
Right.
What am I doing? And knowing that, and I don't do a lot of doom scrolling.
Right.
Like I watch a couple and I go, okay, I'm good.
Yes.
Because
Gotta let
I'm
it
a
go.
violent person.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so when I watch stuff like that, I want to do violence. I know this about myself, and my mind goes to like violent. Like like when I see someone said this, and I say, "Oh well, why don't we just simply do that?"
Yeah,
But
you can't say that, friend.
but I can't say it.
Don't say that.
friend.
I
Pop out. No, we can't say that.
I said that. I said so that's how. Fantasy is also how I keep my energy going. Like I watch a lot of animation, so
That's fun.
that's really because they're some of them can be really violent. So I get to see the violent aspect of that.
Crazy.
I'm just keeping it 100. I'm
Be real.
I'm from St. Louis.
We're like, oh, he's
So-
like, no, I watched the violent ones. Oh,
well,
okay, sorry.
but the realistic violence. So it's sort of like it gets it out of me.
Yeah.
Good.
So I don't slap nobody.
Oh,
I be
don't wanna
wanting to
slap
slap too.
nobody.
I be
Right,
wanting to slap.
It's tough.
Keep it
It's
real.
tough.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Well, you know what? We want to hear from you. If you have any fun, innovative ways that you like to get your creative cup filled, hit
Less
us in our
violent.
DMs. or-
Yeah.
Non-violent ways.
Non-violent.
Wait.
Non-violent way.
Spiritual.
We would love to hear them and share them. All right. Okay, so Margo,
Yes.
let's prep you. So we about to go into Phaedra's
My
favorite
segment
segment.
of
So
this
we
show.
all have to say it together.
Okay.
Okay.
You know
see
what
this?
it is?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite part. It's time for
Center
Stage Shade. Ooh,
Ooh,
yes. Let's get
yes.
shady. Let's get shady.
Here we go. All right, so we're gonna start with SirDiva.
What SirDiva says? SirDiva says what?
So I guess my co-hosts have told me that I am like the prim and proper one when it comes to etiquette
Yes.
in the theater.
Theater
and
etiquette from
theater
Sean J.
etiquette. And I guess because I'm older and I have been in spaces and I know how, and I'm very big on mentoring and everything. And so I do know that there are sometimes when you show up. So this is what we call my little advice section of when you're in the dressing room
Mm.
and you have your assigned space, right?
corner.
Please, for the love of all that is mighty and holy, put your damn earbuds in.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your music unless we agreed that we was all sharing.
Don't bring in your speaker.
Oh,
Don't play it on your phone.
Oh.
Put your earbuds on. Play your music as loud as you want, and don't sing along with it.
Ooh.
Unless you in the bathroom.
I can't sing. Wait a minute.
You go warm up someplace else.
You know, you have to
Go warm up someplace else.
Shantae said not next to him in the dressing room.
Okay.
Not in the dressing room. That is where we're all getting in our space.
No, true. And
right?
everybody has a different process.
Everybody has their own process. But when you got yours and you playing something and it
can mess up your process.
mess up my process. So I appreciate everybody's process. But put in your damn earbuds and be it on your own.
I feel that because I asked the actor this. Oh, here goes some more shade.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go see an actor perform, and they were in 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in rap.
Yeah, like two different shows.
Right.
Mm.
And I said, "Hey, what is your process from getting out of this character and going into the next character?" And they didn't really have a definite answer for me. Like they couldn't. And I'm like, wait a minute, these are 2 different people. Like you're playing you're stepping into like in hours time.
Technically.
Yeah. But I'm gonna leave that there. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna say 2. They're playing 2 different people in hours of time. They're going from one show in the day, and at night they're completely doing a different role, right? And so there has to be some kind of process, I think. If you're playing a character here and you're going to a different show, you have to, there's music that changes, there's energy that changes. Something, the character can't get ready the same way, or do they get ready the same way? I don't know. But the person couldn't answer the question for me. And what I think is funny is that when I saw the second show, the characters were the exact same.
Well, yeah, that's no surprise. That's no surprise.
Because you never jumped out of the first one to get into the second one. So all of them, granted, you knew all the lines. Yes, kudos, friend. But you didn't show me 2 different people. I saw the same person in 2 different shows.
It might be like that for every show.
And there are those that are like that.
So again, take your getting ready process as seriously, but also don't be in somebody else's process and allow them not to get ready for what they need to. So stay in your lane.
All
Get
right.
out of mine.
That's John's.
All right,
John
here comes
Jay's
some more
line.
shade.
Okay, what else we got in Shady B? What we shady
Stay
on?
in your lane. What else?
Margo thinks she whispering, but she forgetting some mic on.
I know. I'm always saying
The
little
mic
things.
is on. All right. Who's getting duped? When your audition form states you'll alter your appearance, but the dupe is on us. Or other words, so you said you was willing to cut your hair, but then you
Then it's time it's tech.
You changed your mind. And you said,
Oh.
no, I can't lose my hair.
So Margo, do you always? Let me ask you.
Yes.
I'm gonna just throw this right at Margo. On your audition forms, do you always say, "Are you willing to change your appearance?"
It's on the form.
It's on the form,
Yeah.
and you believe in that. Like, hey, girl, you got braids today, but I'm gonna need you to have an afro tomorrow, and that's what I need.
Or at least like, are you willing to wear a wig? Or because if it fits the character, you should be able to alter your appearance. I think a lot of times it's like men with beards, and it's like, are you willing to cut your beard? And I know that's a big deal, but you want to know about that flexibility, and you sign that paper. You're saying, I will do that. And so people need to pay attention to that. And when they sign that paper, and they have to understand that it's there for a reason. And you can't back down. Or what also is bad is when you have not told anyone to do anything. It's always don't make any changes
to your appearance
unless you check in with the director.
Once you're cast.
Right. Once you're cast, you're rehearsing. Somebody walks in with a mohawk. It's like, excuse me?
Whoa, where did that come from?
Hello. What's happening? Oh, well, I was doing this other thing, and I was like, baby girl, you got to check in with people.
I know, and then a lot of times, black people, we're sensitive about our hair. No, but you're also saying that you're signing up to play a role, and you're playing a character, and that character don't have a mohawk, sis.
Right.
That's not the way this story is being told.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can't expect that everybody to bend to you what you've done with your appearance. That is how we cast.
Yeah.
That helps us in casting and choosing. Oh, okay, he's not willing to cut his beard, but I might be okay. And then if you say, oh, well, I'm not willing to cut my beard because I have ingrowns.
Right.
And then we can have some conversations about, okay, well,
Yes.
what about this? Well, does it mean that we have to pay you a little extra to go to a certain person? You have no idea what we're willing to do, but you have to be honest with what you're willing to do so we
Right.
can know how to move
Right.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, why is this happening? And whose responsibility is to make sure that the communication is clear? Because if an actor or if someone is coming in and they're signing something, but then they're showing up looking a totally different way, like what's the solution? How can we
Get ready to be
support
sent home.
creatives?
During callbacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
There it
callbacks. And so my practice is this. So the form asks it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And I ask it in person
Yes.
at every juncture.
Mm-hmm.
So at the initial audition and at the callbacks. So I reiterate, hey, how do you feel about changing your appearance?
Uh-huh.
Vis-a-vis cutting your hair, shaving your face. I typically don't ask women about their hair because I know I can wig them
Okay.
in general, right? So if they have locks or they have braids, I know I can get them in a wig. Men is a little harder finding wigs that look right on them, right?
Yeah.
So I ask them, are you willing to shave, cut, trim, twist, etc. your hair, right? If you're doing a high and tight military look, whatever it is, I ask that in the audition. So even though the form may say yes,
Still have to ask.
because sometimes they're just running through the form and they're not really reading the form.
Right.
So I confirm at the audition when they walk in,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the callback especially, and then in the first rehearsal, I go, hey, just want to make sure we're all clear about, what is intended here, because if this is a military play and you got locks, one, I'm not going to cast you.
I know.
I'm not going to be able
Been
to
there.
cast you, right? So because it's a military show, we don't have long hair in the military.
Right,
Just
period.
right.
You
So I
can't.
We're not
think
telling that
around
story
that.
with your afro,
Right.
friend.
And it's a responsibility of that actor also. And I think a lot of new actors, but either they're young and old, but they're new to the craft. They don't do the work fully when it comes to researching the piece,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Read the
right,
script.
right.
Right. The
When
time
it's-
period.
The time period,
Read
when it
the
takes
script.
place, what character you're reading for. Is your character a conservative character? You
Right.
got to really do that work, because if you're coming in and you've got locks down to your ass and the character is a conservative something,
Mm-hmm.
you don't fit that role physically.
Right.
Are you willing to alter? Are you willing to transform
Transform.
Yes. Transformation.
into that character? And if not, this isn't the part for you.
Right.
I appreciate you coming. It's not the part for you.
Right.
And being okay with that. But don't get online and saying you went to this audition and this director asked you about your hair and it's like, oh, it was inappropriate. It's like, no, boo boo. This is the craft and this is the business also
Yes.
of it.
I think actors have gotten too sensitive and we got way too many
Way too
opinions
sensitive.
personally.
Lord have mercy.
Because I'm here, we can even speak to it. When we first started doing Fat Ham, they had told me and Jen that we were wearing our locks. And I was like, all right, cool. And I went to rehearsal and Margo was like, no, you're not. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, no, neither one of you are wearing your locks. That's not what this is going to be. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I tried on 2 wigs. I loved one of the wigs. Like, oh, this is cute. Had sent Margo a whole video like this one. Margo chose the wig I couldn't stand. I was like, why?
Trying to be cute.
But it fit the
And
character.
not for the
And it
character.
did, and once I, got into
Right.
costume and got into her, I was like, oh, okay, this makes absolute
Right.
sense. But I had to humble myself, right? And it wasn't
Exactly.
about me. It was
about the
about
story.
the whole entire story.
Yeah.
And it was about how it looked. I know I needed to age a little bit because
Yes.
my
Yeah.
she looked young.
She young.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also little, so like I knew I had to be aged, and of course we all want to look our best on stage, and I still looked my best
you're
for that
just
character
adorable.
on stage. So we have to be able to humble ourselves. Everything is not about I need to have my rights. I think 2020 spoiled us. I ain't gonna lie, y'all.
Oh,
took
yeah.
Black Lives
No.
Matter and turned it into something else. And it's you're bringing it to the theater, and it's some of the things that y'all fighting for is just some extra drama.
It's too much.
Just ridiculous, and we're not gonna be able to get stuff done.
Yeah, and I think that you have to realize that you are a conduit. Right?
Yeah.
You are a conduit. This character is coming out of you, so you have to reconcile within yourself if you are willing to bring this character through your body.
And it's
That's
not
with a
you,
wig?
it's someone else.
Yeah.
You're
I
telling
would want
someone
to
else's story.
transform.
That's my
It's
favorite part about it. I don't
That's
have
what
to
the
be
craft
cheating
is.
Change everything.
That's the craft.
Absolutely.
And now everybody want to play themselves. Oh no, I'm black and I can't play, or I'm this and I can't.
Yeah.
Whoa, the skill of being an actor is being able to act.
Yeah.
Like someone that is not yourself.
Transform.
Yeah, and I won't be hiring you. I'm just keep it 100.
And he gonna tell me, and I ain't gonna hire you neither.
Well,
We could talk about it.
we can talk.
Margo is nicer.
All right.
Well, what can they do?
I'll give you the opportunity to show me otherwise. But once you show your ass,
That's all of it.
And Margo gonna pray for you. It's okay. She just need a little prayer.
Yeah, we're going to pray for you.
Pray for the community.
Me and Shanjay gonna say next.
Pray for the community.
yes.
All right.
Oh my God, y'all.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Let's put that butt in a
theater seat.
Yeah.
Shows
Shows
you should be seen.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Woohoo! What we seeing, y'all? What we seeing?
Les Blancs.
Where we going?
La.
The white.
Listen, we all going tonight, huh?
So
Yes.
this
Les Blancs.
episode is going to be airing on July 19th.
You better say it.
But tonight, this show will be on stage at Oakland Theater Project, written by Lorraine Hansberry.
Yes.
Directed by
How
James Mercer
amazing.
II. Lighting design, Dr. Stephanie Ann Johnson. Sound design, Alex Fakayode. And
Yes,
costume
Alex.
design, Linnell Alderafi. Featuring Janae Simon,
Come on, this
Brittany
cast
Sims,
list.
Jacinta Kambula, Champagne Hughes, Monique Crawford, Aida Pirzada, IG Success, and Rizan Asfa.
Ooh, that cast list is fire.
Let me
I am
tell you what it's
so
about.
Ready to be transformed into a place tonight.
Yes, me too.
Set in the midst of a white Christian missionary in the heart of an African colony, the son of a chief returns from abroad to bury his father. He is faced with racial tensions on the verge of explosion and must decide how to reconcile the colliding interests and unfolding loyalties with inescapable consequences.
Wow.
On stage, July 13th through 27th. Tickets at oaklandtheaterproject.org.
Woohoo. Can't wait to see that one. We'll talk about that on the next episode, child.
Yes. And
Till
if
the
this
next
is airing on the 19th,
Yes.
so a show that opens on July 19th
You can
through
go
August
see.
10th that you should go see is Magnolia Ballet at
Oh,
Shotgun
yes.
Players,
Woohoo!
written by Terry Guest, directed by AJ
AJ.
Antonius Marquis.
That was our last week's co-host.
Yes.
Last episode's co-host.
And
Yes.
it features Devin A. Cunningham,
Come on.
Jaden Griffin, Drew Watkins, and understudy Kenny Scott. The Magnolia Ballet is a tale of four men, a son, a lover, an ancestor, and a father. They dance in the sticky heat of a rural Southern Gothic landscape fraught with secrets and possibilities. With expansive poetry and whispered prose, this piece births resilience underneath the bloom of fresh magnolias. On stage July 19th through August 10th, tickets at shotgunplayers.org.
Yes.
Also, this month, starting July 19th, Candace Johnson's Scat-ter Brain, the Music of ADHD at the Marsh, Berkeley. In this uplifting one-woman musical, CJ discovers her ADHD diagnosis at 40 and finally starts embracing her true potential. On stage Saturdays beginning July 19th through September 13th. Tickets at the Marsh. Candace, she sings?
I don't know.
I think this is if this is who I think it is. She's a phenomenal artist.
Wow.
She sometimes sings like downstairs at the BART. Like she's like phenomenal. And me and if this, I'm gonna look it up, friends. We're gonna follow up. But go see that. Go support Black theater art.
Yes.
All right. So Marin Shakes presents first annual Seeds of Time Festival, curated by AJ Antonius Marquis. Working with Play on Shakespeare, 6 artists are given full creative teams to explore classics and develop new work. Audience don't get a stage reading, they get thrown into the process by seeing how and why the work gets made. Here are 3 plays that we want to highlight. Where's Mama? Reclaiming the Voices of Shakespeare's Missing Mothers by Kathleen Ridley. Rap Monologues, Shakespeare Meets Hip Hop in a Lyrical Showdown by Dr. Austin Dean Ashford.
Amazing, Austin. Amazing.
Othello.exe, a speculative remix of Shakespeare Othello by Julius Ray.
Hey!
Shows performed on different dates beginning July 19th through August 3rd. Tickets are pay what you will at www.marinshakespeare.org/seeds.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. AJ is really out here doing his big one.
Yes.
I want to give it up for
And
AJ.
he's getting his PhD.
Yes,
he is.
yes. Go AJ.
Oh, I can't say.
And next, you can go and support Ray of Light Theater's Cowboy Cabaret Giddy Up and Get Down.
Uh-oh.
This is a spotlight
Beyonce.
cabaret series at Feinstein's at the Nico featuring Majesty Scott, baby,
Yes.
Marshall Forts, and other Bay Area vocalists. Dust off your boots and tighten up that corset. Cowboy Cabaret is saddling up for a rootin' tootin' rhinestone stud night of country cabaret and camp. From twangy torch songs to high kicking hoedowns. It's the most fun you can have without technically riding a mechanical bull. One night to hold down. Only one night to hold down, all right?
Hold down.
July
Get it
23rd.
in.
Tickets are at rayoflighttheater.com/spotlight.
And now we're going to ease on down the road.
Come on and
for
ease it.
The Wiz Jr. at African American Shakespeare Company, featuring a dynamic youth cast directed by James Mercer II.
Oh.
James is out here, y'all.
All right now.
Get ready for an electrifying journey down the yellow brick road like you've never seen before. A bold urban twist filled with soulful music, high energy dance, and vibrant storytelling that will captivate audiences of all ages. Performing 2 shows on one day, Saturday, August 2nd. Tickets can be found at africanamericanshakes.org.
All right.
All right, and we have Glitter in the Glass, presented by the Champagne Stage Reading Series at Shotgun Players, written by R. Eric Thomas, directed by Elizabeth Carter, featuring me.
Hey.
Okay. Shell, a Black artist whose time is running out to deliver on a grant, a piece of art set to replace a Confederate monument in Baltimore.
Ooh.
As her brother plans a Juneteenth festival in the park where the monument once was, Shell catapults on a journey between the past, present, and future, performing for 2 days, August 4th and 5th. Tickets at shotgunplayers.org.
Wait, there's a lot.
Last but not least, I forgot to add this one to the list. SF Backco has partnered with SF Arts Ed to do Into the Woods for 1 weekend only. Our very own Rodney Earl Jackson Jr. will be in the show. Markayla will be there. There's actually quite a few Black artists that will be there. That's the weekend of July 25th. Tickets, shows are at 7 p.m. and July 26th at 7 p.m. And those will be at the Blue Shield of California Theater of YBCA in San Francisco. You can purchase your tickets at sfbackco.org online or SF Arts Ed. But go out and see that they have, this is their, I believe their 20 or 25th year reunion for SF Arts Ed. And so this is their reunion show. So they'll have the adults, Rodney, Adam, those of who went through Arts Ed as children, will also be performing with the kids that are in Arts Ed.
I love
So
that.
it's going to be really, really cute. If you
Yeah.
saw I2 Sing with the students, this is similar to that. They're doing Into the Woods with the students. So it's really beautiful. So go out. You got plenty of stuff to see, plenty of Black folks to go support.
Yes.
Inbox us if you need discounts, if you need to know where to buy tickets, if you need some information, community or team ticket, like a whole bunch of group tickets and things like that. Inbox us and we can connect you to the right people depending on what theater you're interested in going to see shows at.
Get those butts in those seats.
Theater seats.
That's the way of
Yes.
supporting. Additional ways to support the Black theater community. Support African American Shakespeare Company with donations to help them continue their mission of envisioning the classics with color. To give, visit African-Americanshades.org. Another wonderful company to donate to is the Lorraine Hansberry Theater, and you can do that by visiting lhtsf.org. Please, please, please give. Follow us, promote, subscribe to our YouTube.
Yes,
Leave a review on
yes.
Apple Podcasts or any wherever you listen to your podcast. We love reviews. We do take your feedback very seriously. Just be kind, be respectful, and we will also email us your questions. Just keep it 100. Email and send us your questions. And
let's thank our guests.
we want to thank our special
Let's thank our
guest.
guests.
Honored to have
Queen
you
Margo.
here.
Thank you so much, Margo,
We
for
love
being
you
here.
so
Thank you.
much.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much. You all are fabulous. Yeah.
I
love
think
you.
that we have to have you back because
course.
you started to get into something.
Yeah, we like to have special conversations.
So I think
maybe
that
have
we gotta
like a night.
Yeah.
You know, we got to follow up with a little
wine with creative
wine
Shaded.
with
A
well, we had
sunset,
some
sunset with
a
creative
sunset.
Shaded.
Oh, that might be nice.
yeah.
You know, I was
see
thinking
that.
we probably should even have a live taping. I feel like a lot of people
I
are
thought about that.
interested.
We have to make sure we
So,
have the right
yeah.
topic and the right crowd.
The
'cause
right crowd.
You know
'cause
how
y'all
we
get
can
rowdy and loud.
Ooh.
But thank you. A lot of you have been coming up to us in places you've seen
Yes,
us and have
yes.
given us love
Appreciate
and invited us. I've gotten a lot of inbox of things that you want us to come see. So we're doing our best to
Nice.
get out there. But we are all also working artists, so we're doing our very best. But if there's something that you think that we should know about, inbox us and so we can talk about it because we will. We ain't scared of nothing.
And we are always open to receiving gifts like microphones. that
Yes.
You can always
improve our
donate to
quality.
us.
You can donate to us.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna work on that. That's on
Our
my
wish
list.
list, yes.
Our
We're gonna
wish
have a wish
list for
list.
things
Yeah.
that you can help to support our
because
podcast.
we're still doing this kind of.
We literally
And if
do
you have
everything
talent-
of ourselves.
Thank you, James, again for
Thank
our
you,
video
James, our editor.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you got a talent with any of this stuff, let us know. We love volunteers.
Yes.
We sure do.
We can't afford to pay you, but if you want to volunteer,
We
we'll
pay you
sign
with
off
love,
on your
love and
volunteer hours.
appreciation.
Yeah, so
Pay you
I'm gonna.
love.
That's another thing on my to-do list. Okay.
Yes.
All right,
And on that-
volunteers.
Yes.
Come
send
on.
up
Right, well-
timber. That's what my grandmother used to say.
she say?
Child, you're sending up timber. Every
Sending up
time you
timber.
volunteer, you're sending up timber to build your mansion.
Come
in
on in
the
the sky.
There we
Amen.
go.
Put jewels in my crown. Amen.
And as always,
Always.
stay fierce,
Uh-huh.
fabulous, focused, and
Black.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. You can subscribe to Creatively Shaded Podcast on YouTube and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you listen.